Instead of saying I suffer with depression, try saying I battle with depression because depression can hit, but we can hit right back. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you're new, I'm Amanda. Welcome to the channel where we are all about shattering the mental health stigma. If you haven't already, please make sure you make sweet, sweet love to that subscribe button. Give the bell a few kisses so you're not missing any of this content designed to help you with your mental health or help someone else. Today, at the request of my amazing Patreon cat, I will be going back to Jelly Roll with Son of a Sinner. If you haven't had a chance to check out my Patreon, please make sure to do so. Every single dime goes toward my mental health outreach, so I'm able to help people here in the community pay for therapy or medication or other things that help their mental health and help move them in the right direction. You also get priority song requests, Zoom calls with me every single month, personalized pictures, and so much more. So make sure to check that out. Link is in the description. But here we go. Jelly Roll, Son of a Sinner.
I never get lonely. I got these goals to keep me company. I took the rear view off of this so forward, so I only see in front of me. Now the past is out of sight and out of mind. Swore I'd change, now I'm back chasing these white lines. I'm just a long-haired son of a sinner, searching for new gone. I'm a pedal to the highway. If you ever wonder why we write these songs, 'cause I'm only one drink away from the devil. I'm only one call away from home. Yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle. I guess I'm just a little right and wrong.
I feel like it's almost stripping them of their identity because it's showing each of these people flashing through like that, and that's really symbolic for addiction because it can strip you of your identity. So it's just these different people having the same story, the same experience, and society can just reduce us to statistics. The ghosts are his memories, and they're invisible, they're intangible, yet they haunt our minds, and we can become so obsessed with our memories that they're the only companionship we have. They become our only friends because you've isolated yourself from everyone else. And he takes the rearview mirror off to symbolize looking forward instead of looking back, which I like. I get what he's saying here. I think there's a positive message to be said in the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror for a reason. We should be looking forward, not back. But the rear view mirror does prevent accidents as long as we're not staring in it for too long. So it has to be a mix, a balance between looking forward and looking back and reflecting. The intention to change is here, but the falling back into the white lines obviously is the relapse cycle, and wanting to heal isn't always enough. That's something that he's really pushing here. There can be that desire, but sometimes you need help, be that going to a 12-step program, be that going to therapy, be that leaning into something that can help you get out of it. For me, it was strangely enough meeting Mike Shinoda of Linkin Park. That was what triggered my epiphany, my empowerment, that I just said, wow, what am I doing with my life right now? And I was able to start moving in the right direction because I had something symbolic. I have this tattoo on my wrist. You can't probably see it, it's white, but I had him draw this. That was my reminder that I was stronger, I was more powerful, and I had to hold on to that. I know some people have to say in the 12-step program, they have to say, I'm powerless to this. The exact opposite was true for me. I had to say, no, I have power over this. And different things work for different people, right? When they're in different addictions, we have to hold space for that. But the point is that oftentimes wanting to heal isn't enough. There has to be some kind of either symbolic ending. There has to be some kind of intervention. There has to be something there. He's self-aware, which I so relate to because I've had therapists tell me, Amanda, you're too self-aware. Like, what on earth does that mean? But he's very self-aware. He's talking about being a drink away from the devil and a call away from home, meaning he's torn between the escape of the alcohol or whatever substance we're talking about here, and the responsible decision to call for support, to get that help, or to call for a ride.
These back roads guide me. These pills pretend to be my friend. I'm done for the last time. I'm lying to myself again. I always say that. Now I'm on my way back here somehow. I should know by now. I'm just a long-haired son of a sinner, searching for new ways I can get gone. I'm a pedal to the highway. If you ever wonder why we write these songs, 'cause I'm only one drink away from the devil. I'm only one call away from home. Yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle. I guess I'm just a little right and wrong.
First of all, Jelly Roll is one of the very few exceptions for that kind of bro country sound, because the music track itself has a very kind of generic bro country sound, and I don't like the music track, but he is so powerful and his energy is so high and his story is so strong to me that I can actually just completely get over that and kind of be drawn into him. So I don't even really listen to the music. I like the country aspect because I'm a country bumpkin at heart. I grew up in Missouri, but I love that his story is so strong that it just pulls me out of my preference of that. So that's nuts. But I know we also can't get a country song without talking about backroads, am I right? Anybody that's listened to country knows that. You cannot get a country song that's not talking about backroads, but I think here it's a bit more of a metaphor about being lost, directionless, or at the very least being off the beaten path of societal norms, which addiction is. It's not in that box that people consider acceptable or normal, right? So he gave us an excellent, excellent reminder, though, that abusing drugs, in this case pills or alcohol or whatever, is a false friend. They provide temporary relief, but it really exacerbates things in the long run. It exacerbates struggles. And I should know by now the consequence is the consequence of the behavior, knowing the consequences of the behavior, but feeling unable to break the cycle. And the highway represents life, and he feels like he's speeding forward, which, oh my God, I feel so much like I'm just careening out of control, and like I don't know what to do because life is just going by so fast, and I feel like I'm running out of time, so I feel like there is this crunch, and that music is his outlet. And I feel like every single person watching this video understands how music can be such a big outlet for processing emotions and reflecting, which ultimately brings healing with these things. It can bring so much healing to us. It can be motivation. Like I was saying, for me, Mike Shinoda helped me realize that I wasn't going down the path I wanted, and helped me find that strength in myself to start making other decisions and start doing the things I needed to do to go into recovery. So I think that there's such power in both music for us as the listener, music for them as the creator, to get that out and to be able to share their story.
Mistakes I made, I paid for them with cash. Walked a million miles on broken glass. I'm feeling like I'm fading. My heart's been slowly breaking. Might pop a pill and smoke and maybe drink. Talk to God and tell him what I think. At first he's gonna hate me, but eventually he'll say, I'm just a long-haired son of a sinner, searching for new ways I can get gone. I'm a pedal to the highway. If you ever wonder why we write these songs, 'cause I'm only one drink away from the devil. I'm only one call away from home. Yeah, I'm
Well, yes, it kind of represents the same story because those of us who have dealt with these things have similar experiences, similar backgrounds, uh, similar brain chemistry, you know? There is also power in that it means we're not alone. So while I was saying that it almost feels like these people are being reduced in some way to the statistic or they're being depersonalized in some way, there's also strength in realizing that we're not alone and we're all a little right and a little wrong. We fall into different holes, we turn to different things, but we all have good and bad, light and dark, pain and healing. We all have those things. And he talks about turning to drugs, turning to prayer, having faith, not having faith. And it's an inner dance I think we all just flail to. We don't really know the moves and we're just flailing. We're just kind of making it up, improvising as we go. But he anticipates initial judgment from God and then disapproval from God, and then that eventually turning into him hoping for redemption or salvation. And I just don't think that that's how a higher power would operate. I think that based on my own experiences in the church, I think that God would be far more likely to see our pain and hold space for our pain and care about us as his children and want us to heal, but understand why we fell into those things in the first place and ultimately be happy that we found our way, not be upset with us for falling into that in the first place. But I think that he's feeling like he's fading here. Jelly's feeling like he's fading. His heart's slowly breaking. That's indicating that the feelings of emotional distress and vulnerability are kind of just overtaking him. He's losing himself, and there's this gradual decline in his emotional well-being, right? That's just going further and further down, and he wants to get out of it. He doesn't know how because he feels like he's tried and hasn't been successful. So he's really struggling with that. And I think that the long-haired son of a sinner, so this song is called Son of a Sinner, I think that that idea means that he's a product of his upbringing or environment, that there's trauma he yearns to heal, that there's this learned addiction. And I can actually relate to that because my dad smoked growing up. And he eventually quit. He already had emphysema, unfortunately, but he did eventually quit. But I had already made that correlation in my brain that smoking was something we did in response to stress, even though in my adult life now I have learned that the research says that smoking actually exacerbates symptoms of stress and anxiety because of the way it affects our dopamine and stuff. I had correlated smoking as something we do when we're stressed. So there's this learned addiction, this learned behavior, and he is wanting to break that. So thank you so much, Kat, for bringing me back to Jelly. It's really a treat because he is the rare person that can help me connect to my roots in a way that allows me to interweave my adult experiences into them. So it's like looking at my upbringing in a whole different way, looking at my roots in a whole different way. Like I said, I grew up in Missouri, so it's looking at that in a whole different way. And I really love that. And like I said, I just love how much power and energy and personal emotion he puts into this. It's just like he's looking in your soul at the end. Like he's just really leaving himself vulnerable, and that is strong, that is powerful, that's a powerful thing to do. That takes a lot of strength to be able to do that, and I really love him so much for being so different but also in a way that people can relate to. That is why I created this community in reactions and stuff. Was I thought, okay, I'm wanting to spread this mental health message, how can I do this in a way that people will resonate with? And I thought, okay, well, reaction videos are popular, so let's see if we can utilize music to open up conversation. And I think that he said, okay, he's kind of this country bumpkin like me, and he says, okay, this is the country sound that's working right now. How can I work with that to share my story? So even though it's trendy, he's using it for the greater good to share his story. And I think that that is really amazing. That's what I aim to do here on the channel, in the community, is give people space to share their stories and and have conversation about mental health because it's something we don't talk about enough. So good, bad, and crazy, make sure you're sharing your stories here in the comments. That's how we shatter the mental health stigma, is by talking about it. And I just want everyone to know that I see you and I hear you and I value you. I care if your light goes out. So make sure you're giving this video a thumbs up, share it. You never know who might need to see it. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon. Mwah.